Dennis, thank you for making time for us. And
Yeah, no worries.
I know that your number one concern is what people are also worried about, which is how's your daughter?
She's trying to cope. She's she's lost four of her friends, including one of her teammates for hockey.
Have you been able to have any conversations with her about what she went through?
She phoned me at 2:18 from school, telling me that there were shots fired. And right from then on, I was on flipping high alert, like unbelievable. And then I heard one teacher say, "No, it might be a hammer. It might be a hammer." And the call dropped. So I'm like, my girl, what is going on? I text her right back, and I already got my shoes and everything on. I'm already out the fucking door
Mhm.
with my wife and my oldest son. We all got right now. We are gone, and 30 seconds later, Dad, it's shooting. It's a shooting. Don't come down here. Don't come down here. She's telling me, but by that time, I was already three-quarters of the way there. And
And
we circled the place once, and then we just went to the rec center, and we went and parked behind the rec center because that would be the closest place to get to the high school without interfering with anything at all.
Mhm.
And then from 2:30 on to like almost 6 o'clock, it was tears and wondering when, and how our kids are going to get out of there and what's going on. And at this time, we had no idea there was any kids even killed.
You're behind the rec center. I would imagine other families are starting to show up around
Oh
that
yeah,
time.
I was probably one of the first ones there, me and my wife and my oldest boy. All I could hear was the alarm going off, and it was just devastating because I could talk to my girl, and I
Mhm.
knew she was hiding. I knew she was in the gym with the grade 10s because she had come out of her classroom to go to the washroom. When the gunfire went off, she ran to the gym and went with the grade 10, 11 split, and they went and hid into the equipment room. And that's where they stayed until they got to come out.
So she's with a lot of kids who are older than she is. Were they alone in there? Was there a teacher with them?
There, one of the teachers were there, and he kept coming back. He'd calm the kids down, and he'd go check and make sure the door's locked and nothing else was happening, and come back and assure the kids that they were fine. And I was crying outside of the school. I'll tell you that right now. I was in tears, and it's so hard to talk about right now because of the kids that we lost. And I've watched these kids grow up since preschool. I've seen them all right through soccer and hockey and whatever else. It's devastating to see what's going on with our kids right now. I give two shits about what the shooter is all about. I give two shits about that. I don't care. We're here for the victims of these kids and these families, about these kids that lost their lives for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Dennis,
And I'm
you
sorry for crying, but
Mhm.
this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life ever. And to coach my kids through this is going to be a difficult thing to do.
Dennis, you described that the timeline is like from 2:30, you got the call at like 2:18, then from 2:30, so quick. You booked it to that rec center.
Well, I live on top of the hill of the town, but seriously, it's only a minute drive to the school. Panicking, it's even less than that when you know there's kids involved that are in jeopardy. Like it's not even. I didn't even think it was real. I didn't even like I didn't. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my daughter's mouth.
What
It
sort of
wasn't,
words, Dennis?
"Dad, there's shooting. There's a shooting here." When she called me the first time, she said there was a shooting. And then her freaking teacher said, "It might be a hammer. You never know. It might be just this. It might be just that." They didn't even know that it was going on until it was too late. And there was already victims by the time it was done.
How did she find out it was over? Like, did the police go to the equipment room? Like, what happened there?
Well, they were in that equipment room for probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours. By the time the cops finally brought him out, and it was the SWAT that brought him out, there
Mhm.
was 10. I do believe there's 10 of them that were going room to room and bringing out kids one room at a time. And my daughter was one of the last ones to come out.
That must have been exhausting and relieving all at once. How do you talk to your kids about this, Dennis?
I just let them talk to me for now. Let them go as what they need to do. I have nothing really to say, but I'm sorry. And how can I help you? And what do you need? What can I do for you right now, my girl? What can I help you with to soothe your pain? Like a little thing that is a bowl of soup or just a peck on the cheek is basically what I can give to my kid right now to condole her to until she comes to me. I can't really push her, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to push her buttons to make her cry and think about what she doesn't need to be doing or thinking about what's going on.
You're a
It's
good
hard
dad.
for us. It's hard for us right now. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to sit there and see my girl like this. You know, but at the same time, what am I going to do? Push her and push her and push her? Not a chance. When
Yeah.
she's ready to talk, she can talk. When she's ready to walk, she'll walk. Right? It's the way life goes.
I don't know if you feel it. I can't imagine you feel anything other than what's right in front of you, but um, there's a whole bunch of people in this country who are right there in their minds with you and
Oh,
are
I've been
sick.
watching the news this morning, and it's amazing how our community, our country, can come together so fast.
Yeah.
Even the Ukraine president, and coming from Europe, and Team Canada, and the Vancouver Canucks, and the list goes on and on and on. We're getting support from everywhere around the world, and it's amazing to see, and it's amazing to hear. But at the same time, I can't go out frickin' 5 minutes without crying about one of these kids that I know, or it's one of the things that they say, or a picture that I see of these fucking kids, man. It's insane.
It's terrible. I'm so
And
sorry.
it goes on and on and on. You know what I mean?
I know.
This is just the beginning of some fucking horrible fucking nightmare that our town's going through. And I'm sorry for being such a dick, but
This is the worst that can happen.
this is the worst thing that can happen to anybody in their whole entire life. And it's not even fair to anybody.
Yeah. Please go hug your daughter, okay? Thank you, sir.
Take care.